Okay, today we have just one of those really strange kind of offerings that is really hard to be categorized. This comes to us from Smuttynose out of Hampton, New Hampshire. I believe the only other review we did on Smuttynose was over the fall for their pumpkin ale. I don't think we did any other beers. But this is a really interesting spring release. I guess we're getting to the spring beers now that it's the middle to late back end of February, so the spring stuff is coming out now. And I don't know about you, but I am more than welcoming spring than you could ever imagine. I'm in Pennsylvania now. Where they are in New Hampshire, I'm sure they're even more ready for spring, what with the crazy snow from 2015. So this is a beer that is really hard to categorize, as I mentioned earlier, I think. Beer Advocate calls it an American brown ale. Rate Beer says it is an American strong ale. However, Smuttynose says this beer, Dirty Mud Season Hoppy Brown Ale, is a brown IPA. What the heck is a brown IPA? I've heard of a black IPA. I have never in my life heard of a brown IPA. It gets a very good rating on Beer Advocate, an 89. I believe it gets a 96 on Rate Beer, either a 96 or a 98. It's definitely very, very high marks for this really experimental style. And it's kind of what you might expect. They combine the taste of an American brown with the taste of an American IPA. And what you have here is an 8.4% ABV beer. Mud season. So you see like kind of a truck going mudding, I guess, on the label there. Let's see what the notes say here. Brown IPA combines caramel and nutty flavors of brown ale with a huge dose of IPA style hops. It used to be known as short batch number 18 Dirt. Dirt, by the way, is spelled D-U-R-T. I suppose they kind of did what a lot of breweries do, like Trogs, for example, here in Pennsylvania. Victory does it. They do a tap number 19. This is good. Tap number 21. This is good. And depending on what people say about it, they may or may not release it in bottle form. I guess this got such a good review from people that they decided to bottle it. And here we are. Uses Polaris for the bittering, Nugget for the flavor, and a boatload of Simcoe after fermentation for dry hopping. So looking for maybe the dark cocoa kind of taste that you get from a brown ale, but just mixed with IPAs. Now, I'm really curious as to the taste of this beer. There are some beers out there that really mix, I know, the stout kind of taste well with the IPA. I've never had, I believe, a brown ale IPA combo. So there you have the appearance. It looks like is a classic brown ale appearance as I pour into this ridiculously oversized brandy snifter. Rate Beer told me to drink it out of a snifter, and I usually go with Rate Beer's glass advice, and I don't have a smaller snifter, so there we go. Plus, anything else that resembles a snifter is not clean right now. This has, I'm going to say, about a third of a head. Very, very filmy, like light film of a head, and it's actually dissipating and giving way to that caramel color on top here. Getting a lot of bubbliness on the top, like rising bubble kind of thing. This says enjoy by June 30th. Yeah, June 30th, 2015. So drink it before summer, or drink it before the middle of summer, I guess I should say. Here is the aroma of Smuttynose Dirty Mud Season Hoppy Brown Ale. That's a mouthful. Ooh, wow, I'm really getting a lot of IPA heavy scent from this. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm getting a hint of the cocoa in the aroma. I'm getting the sense of both these styles combined. Wow, it's like someone put chocolate in my IPA. This is great. I really love the fact that they kind of went out on a limb here and they experimented, and I think the experiment, aroma-wise at least, is paying off. Now let's see what it does taste-wise here. Mm. Man, that's exactly as advertised. I mean, as soon as it hits the tongue, I get the kind of the pininess that you get from West Coast IPAs, but it counterbalances with the chocolate malt kind of characteristic that you get from a brown ale, like I don't know, like a Newcastle or something like that. yeah, this is like a half and half, but they need to do a little bit more than to just pour half IPA, half brown ale. And this is a good tasting beer. This is one that really has some bite to it. And I'll tell you what, at the back of the throat, the aftertaste is definitely IPA heavy. Definitely IPA heavy. I would say the brown ale at the front of the tongue really shoots forward. As it goes backward, you are getting a lot of the notes of the hoppiness of the IPAs in this beer. Smuttynose, I think, just did a great job on this beer. This is one that at 8.4% is pretty big. It tastes great, looks like a brown ale, and is exactly as advertised. One of those beers that tells you what it is, and they knocked it out of the park. So I'm going to go ahead and give Smuttynose Dirty Mud Season Hoppy Brown Ale a 9 out of 10. Great looking ale. The head dissipates a little bit. I don't know what's going on with this funky bubble stuff. I really don't. It's kind of just bloop, 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 which is kind of strange. So on the appearance, doesn't get perfect marks. The aroma is great, and I think the taste is great too. And like I always say, what the heck is the most important thing? It's the taste. You gotta like the taste, and I love the taste. And I think Smuttynose did a good job, as I mentioned, with the style that I don't know anything about. So 9 out of 10. Thanks.